So I just got out of The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohan. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of these. And here are my honest, spoiler-free thoughts right out of the theater. Now, I will have to state that this film is pretty disappointing as not only a Lord of the Rings film, but as a fantasy film in general. There are very few Middle-earth aspects present within this film, and just very few fantasy aspects in general. Like, an hour into the movie, magical creatures just kind of show up, and it just feels very random, especially since there haven't really been any throughout the course of the movie. But, as an animated epic, I'd say that it's pretty effective for the most part. The story that the movie wants to tell, I thought was kind of fascinating, but the characters and their dynamics just weren't really there to keep the story interesting. Like, whenever the movie would have the time to sit down and talk about the characters and the relationships to each other, it would kind of just very quickly brush over that in order to get to the next action set piece or to get to the next big exposition dump. And as a result, many of the moments in this film that are supposed to be really emotional just don't hit because the film just doesn't allow you to spend enough time with the characters in order for them to hit properly. Not to mention, the animation can be very hit or miss. Full clarification. I did not know going into this movie that it was going to be rotoscoped. So that was a very, interesting surprise. Like, there are some shots where the animation is absolutely breathtaking. Jaw to the floor, shit in the pants, this looks beautiful. But there are also some moments where the character's rotoscope really does stick out like a sore thumb. Like, there's literally a scene where the main character just goes, and you're just like, what the fuck? Not to mention, the movie also tries to blend the 2D animated rotoscoped characters with a combination of both live action and CGI backgrounds. And I appreciate the attempt. I mean, that's been done with traditional animation for about 35 years now. But specifically when they try to blend it with the live action backgrounds, it always looks off. Mainly because the characters have zero drop shadow. I mean, they're shaded correctly, but because of the lack of any drop shadow, it feels more like they just placed stickers on the background instead of actually having the animated characters blend into the world. A couple more things on the animation. I don't think that these very traditional anime-style character designs really lend themselves to a rotoscope movie. Like, just take a look at a film like Waking Life, or A Scanner Darkly, or even the original 1978 animated Lord of the Rings. I mean, those character designs, while off-putting a little bit, still lend themselves to rotoscoping. These anime designs really don't. Not to mention, there are a couple shots where they just straight up did not use rotoscoping at all and instead filmed live actors and put a filter over it, and, you know, that's fine. Rotoscoping films do that all the time. The thing is, it looks noticeable in this movie, mainly because the character designs don't fit it, and it just straight up looks like a Joel Heaver video whenever they do it. I'm sorry. So, in conclusion, I'm kind of on the fence if I'd even consider this being a good movie. And again, this is me right out of the theater. I mean, there are quite a few good things about it, but there are also quite a few really bad things about it. And it seems that I'm not the only person that's split on this. I didn't really look at any of the promos or reviews before I saw the movie. It wasn't until after my screening when I looked up the Rotten Tomatoes score to see if it matched how I personally felt. And I don't really think I agree with either critics or audiences. I think it fits. God damn, someone has a small dick. I personally feel like it fits right there in the middle at like a 55%. And who knows, maybe my opinion will change on a rewatch. But regardless on how I personally feel about this movie, I still think that you should go watch it, mainly because it is extremely rare that we get a hand-drawn animated film released by a major animation studio. So, if you bitch-ass animation fans are bitching and complaining about the lack of hand-drawn animated films in theaters, go watch The War of the Rohirrim. It may not be the best hand-drawn film, but damn it, Warner Brothers just released a hand-drawn animated movie. It's not the best, but they made it. They didn't like cancel it as a tax write-off or sell it off to a different studio. Warner Brothers released this movie, and they gave it a big Christmas release date and everything. So, I think you guys should go watch this movie just to support hand-drawn animation. As a movie on its own, it's alright.